what is the best approach even as we transform in this season from a management point?
Yeah, that's a good question. And I like what you said about perceived. That, and I see a lot of write-ups that say leaders versus managers.
Yeah.
Leader forces you what to do, manager doesn't really know. But here's the thing, leadership and management are both important. The leader is the one who sees the vision. The manager helps you get there. But both come together to get important things done. So we don't need to attack the management role because it's as important as the leadership role. So for us, we've been looking at an acronym called CARE. And we felt that this CARE acronym really helps us to look at this season what matters. For us, the C is courageous authenticity. The leaders who are able to be bold enough to say, we're in the storm, we've never faced this before, and we don't really know what this will look like entirely.
Authenticity.
The authenticity. You know, there are times leaders play PR. They're like, don't worry, your jobs are secure. No one is going to leave. We really don't know. To be authentic enough to say, we want everyone to stay on board, but we don't know how the storm will go. But we want to do our best to take care of you. We want to go digitally and we don't know what that looks like. We'd love to get ideas from you. So the first thing is courageous authenticity. I think one of the people, the New Zealand Prime Minister, Ardern, she's very popular because she's able to be courageous. She's courageous enough to say, guys, we're going on lockdown. But she'll be authentic enough to say, I'm struggling because I want my child to go to the playground, but playgrounds are not available. So the first thing people need from you as a leader is courageous authenticity. You must make the tough calls that need to be done, but you must be authentic. So that's C. Then A is you must be agile. You must be willing to morph and change and adjust. And the first thing about agility is, what do our customers really, really need? Both internal and external. And then you see, what do they really need? And to let go of all the extras that are not needed. So you must be agile. You just have to morph and grow. Then R is you need to regroup. You need to continually ask a question. You need to check in with your team and say, how are you really doing? As you regroup, you need to have conversations of, okay, there's this statistic that said 81% of Kenyans, a Kenyan statistic that was done this COVID season, it was like 81% of Kenyans are saying that I'm not being effective working virtually. You need to regroup and say, are we really being effective? And look at the basic things. How is your setup? Have you developed a new schedule for yourself? So on a personal level for the staff, regroup on what products make most sense to our customers at this time, what services make most sense to our customers. It's regroup with your suppliers and say, we need to renegotiate our terms. We need to see how can we add value to each other. So courageous authenticity, you need to be agile, you need to regroup. But finally, you must have empathy. You must have empathy. And we love talking about an empathy culture. Here's the thing. First, it's a human thing. I think one of my mentors told me, I think when I was getting married years ago, they're like, in your wedding season, don't judge people. Don't say, because this one was there for me, they're my friend for life, and this one wasn't there. Or if someone passes away, don't judge people, because you never know how life will go. But the thing is, people don't forget how they were treated when they were down. So we're simply saying, you're creating a culture in this season of, when we are uncertain, this is how we'll deal with you. When we don't have money, this is how we'll treat you. When we're letting you go, this is how we'll treat you. So you create a culture that can build or ruin trust. So ensure you're as empathetic as possible, as human as possible. Think of what are our people thinking about. I think one of the first things we do in our team is telling people, we don't know how this will go. Start negotiating your rent with your boss and having conversations of negotiating rent with your landlord. What would that look like? What are the financial responsibilities that you have? What are the creative ways? Because we really, immediately it came more like, we don't know how this will go. So how can you show empathy and care? Because what you're simply telling guys is, next time we're in a storm, this is how we'll handle you. And trust is won or lost in such seasons. So courageous authenticity, A, you must be agile, R, regroup, and then E, have an empathy culture. Because at times it's not what you do, it's how you do it. People know you might have to lay off, but can it be that when things get better, you can come back? And the organizations that have cultures where you can leave and come back, you want that, because that's your future customer, that's your future supplier.